the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon to Falcor Bay. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson. And here he is, Bud Terrence Crawford. Here comes.
This bout is scheduled for
a lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their... And he said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. That one will count. A perfect counter lands. That counter shot lands. Blocks that right hook. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Catch and shoot. Both of these athletes' gas tanks are going to be tested. Endurance will be the key on an afternoon like this one.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind, you've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire, Tom. They're on fire in the ring.
Crawford is dazed. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. And he scores with the counter. You'd like to see more jabs. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well done with that counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice job blocking the hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Whoa! Lights out! It's over! This fight is done! Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
A knockout victory. That is, Todd, Did you see the shot? That's not a knockout, that's an assassination. What a shot.
We welcome you to Cambrian Hall. When you think class, this is the place to be. Here comes the man known as the Crusher. Oh!
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
We've waited a long time. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Going to shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. They exchange punches. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your cornerman whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. He threw the hook, didn't land. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. It's all offense all the time. There's a counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. After what we saw in the switch on to the second round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Nice counter shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. Terrific counter lands. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just a match made in heaven.
These two fighters are made for one another. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Kovalev that lap. There's the bell to start round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter punch caught him clean. He misses with that jab. This fight has a real good flow to it. Good counter punching. Both men step back for just a moment. That counter shot lands. Good counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Swing and a miss with that jab. Throws the jab but does not score. This round still... Whoa, wait a minute! Whoa! Lights out! It's over! This fight is done! It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
I need to see that again.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. That you say it. Night-night.
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you they look about the same. I can speak about comfort. I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this? Study my movement.
welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as we are live during Riyadh season at the Kingdom Arena. Alongside, here comes Dr. Iron Fist Vitaly Klitschko. Here comes one of the greatest fighters ever to come out of Ukraine. Talk about an intense... The Bronze Bomber, only 216 pounds, but one of the biggest hitters in heavyweight history.
Look at this, these fights are so...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Kyiv, Ukraine, and 41 knockouts in his 45 career wins, here is the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, known as Dr. Iron Fist, introducing Vitaly Klitschko.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. Lands the jab. Clean jab. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Insane action. The left jab is landing at will. Better start respecting each other's punching power. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Klitschko in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope...
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
On how many times this guy gets hit. He's a slugger, Johnny, and you know he's just waiting for his opportunity to strike back.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train, this is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
It's all offense all the time. Beautiful counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get...
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Ooh, Klitschko, down goes Klitschko. Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your glove.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. It's not over till it's over. And there's the bell to start round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Perfect counter lands. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Quick punch scores. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance without it.
On to the 5th we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the...
And down goes Wilder. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five. Can you continue?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Got to look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Nice counter. His stamina is off the charts. He missed with the jab. Punch, counter punch. He carries away the left uppercut. That's another scoring shot. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down. You've got...
There's the bell for round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes and get your head clear.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
That power might be the do or die.
I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. You are ready.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. Round 7, here we go. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
There's a scoring blow. think... Whoa, wait a minute! And this fight is over! He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again. So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.
You are the sweetest thing. Yeah. I left all the joy you bring. Yeah. But I'm coming back, I'm knocking down the door. I'm coming back, I'm coming back. Let's do it.
That's it. We're winning this round. Nothing stupid now. Start doubling the jab up. Look at me. Double jab. Bring in your feet.
And time.
Kid, what are you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on.
And box.
Now start countering.
was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching on.
That's it, legs are gone. His legs are gone. Good shot. His legs have gone. Come on, that's it. Fight, come on. Good shot. Good shot. He's gone. He's gone.
Come on, you want to win this fight? Right. You getting soft on me?
Let's go.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for Arturo Thunder Gotti, the blood and guts warrior king. No one has as big a heart as this fighter. Sugar Ray Leonard,
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red.
and this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a... And there's the bell to start round 1. Nice counter. Good counter punching. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Just missed with that hook. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got a dummy shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
He threw a punch and just got countered. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Is he gonna punch himself out though? Is he going to punch himself out though? Missing with that right hook. How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter shot. Well done with that counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, it was like 2 different leagues.
Forget about that.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
A perfect counter shot. Nice counter shot. Johnny a lot. Whoa, wait a minute! Oh my word, God, he just got caught! And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. They exchange punches. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
It's all offense all the time. Whoa, Johnny! Can Arturo Gotti survive this storm? Good job trying to back out of trouble.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. seem like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Win the round on your...
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't...
And down goes Gotti. Lincoln, you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, four, five. You still want to fight?
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
And he scores with the counter. You'd like to see more jabs. Swing and a miss with the hook. Lucky to have avoided that uppercut. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Get this boxing back together. Now listen, kid, I need you to go back out.
And there's the bell to start round 4. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
There's a counter shot. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Stamina is off the charts. Catch and shoot. Beautiful counter punch. Right uppercut just off target. Just misses with that uppercut. Competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights.
It's a terrible...
Time for the 5th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about design.
We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Down. Calm yourself back. Come on, breathe.
This is the beginning of round 6, and there's the bell to start the round. That counter shot lands. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Good counter punch. Oh, that punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because
This fight through you. Come on. Let him.
Here comes round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
Just missing with the right uppercut. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
And he's gonna be confident.
And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
A perfect counter lands. Holding nothing back here in the round. Punch, counter punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Nice counter punch. Just missing with the uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
Shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're
And Sugar is in trouble. Not the way either one of these fighters hoped it would go, but they can't be too upset. No one loses here. This fight's a draw.
A draw. Ooh, listen to that crowd. Nobody's happy with that. Why? Because the build-up was ridiculous. The things that were said were ridiculous. But these two fighters were evenly matched. And this is why we've got a draw. One thing is for certain, they're going to do it all over again.